to my channel. If you don't know me, I am Juju. Other people know me as Destiny, but if you really know me, you know that I am Juju. So today this is gonna be the look that I'm doing for you guys. You know, something cute, something nice. It's date night tonight. Marco's taking me to a surprise date. I will see when I get there. But yeah, I just wanted to do something nice, seductive, and sexy. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys want to see how I got this look, then keep watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Click that little bell that's down there to get notified whenever I post something. So I think I want to do like a Q&A video for my next video. So if you have anything you want to ask me, anything you want to know about me, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. If you have me on Snap, you can just snap me. But yeah, let's get started. So now I'm taking my brow blade in Dark Drapes by Urban Decay, and I'm just filling in my eyebrows to the areas that are like missing hair and whatnot. So I'm doing little hair strokes just to make it look as natural as possible. So now I'm taking my NYX eyebrow pencil in ash brown. For some reason, this one's darker than a lot of the ash browns that I've seen. And I'm just going and lining the bottom of my eyebrow and the top of my eyebrow, and then just feathering it up where my eyebrow begins, just to give it more of a natural fade into my eyebrow. So for some reason, I always like mess up the shape of my eyebrow right there, and I always have to go back and reshape it. So excuse my erase and perfect technique. So here I'm just starting my eyebrow, doing the same thing, and I'm working in little strokes. Like the smaller and light-handed the strokes, the more natural your eyebrow will become. Instead of it being so harsh, like a real defined line, and then you have to fade it away, it makes it easier to, I guess, finish your eyebrow instead of having to fade away with a little spoolie. So now I'm taking the 16-Hour Camo Concealer by e.l.f. in the color Fair Warm. It's supposed to be a dupe for the Shape Tape. So it also says to choose the color of the outside packaging. If you know e.l.f., they always have like the colors on the box. So I chose Fair Warm because it looked like a nice light peach for my under eyes and for my eyeshadows. But on camera, and even when I first applied in the mirror, it does look a lot lighter than it seems, as you can see from my face. But I kind of like the way it finished. I like the way my eyeshadows adhered to it. I feel like my Shape Tape has been drying out. I don't know if they like redid the formula or whatever, but I feel like my Shape Tape dries out way more quicker. And I just bought this, so we will see how long this bad boy lasts. So now I'm just taking my NYX Beauty Blender and I'm just blending that out just to, you know, take away all those harsh and defined lines. So now I'm going to begin to pack my eyelid with some concealer. As you can tell, it looks really, really light. But yeah, it made for a good base for my shadow. So I'm just blending that out just to make sure that it's all nice and even, so my shadows go on nice and smoothly, giving myself a good little canvas to work with. So now I'm like looking at myself like, wow, that's white. Now I'm taking the Flutter palette by ColourPop, and I'm using the color Sidetracked and a blending brush. It can be a small blending brush. It's just to create that gradient and that transition color that you're going to need to blend out your shadows. So I'm just putting that into my crease, blending it up and outward towards my brow, just to give it more of that smoky effect. I do work in circular motions and back and forth motions. I don't swipe off. I literally swipe back and forth just to put and apply the pigment into the areas that I want it. So now that I have my basic application done of the color, I'm just going to continue to blend, make sure everything's nice and seamless, that it doesn't look patchy or anything. Just give it a nice, good blend. So now I'm going to take the ColourPop Frozen 2 Anna palette in the color Wind and add that to the outsides of my eyeshadow from that first pigment that I put on. It is just going to add more of a blended, more of a gradient effect. It's going to give more depth to your shadow. Just a lighter color brown than the one that I originally used. Just like I said, to give your eyes some more dimension and stuff. So now I'm going to be taking the Modern Mattes palette by BH, and I'm going to be taking a darker chocolate brown, and I'm just going to be adding that to the outer corners and inner corners of my eyes. This is going to give the most depth to our eye look today. So as I work that color into my outer corners, I'm going to start to do it on my inner corners. From that inner corner, I'm going to rotate it into my crease area just to start to create that depth for the halo effect we're going for. So now I'm going to begin to work at both ends of the corners of my eye, and I'm going to start to bring that color up into my crease and connect it to both sides of the corners just to start to give that depth in the eye for where we're going to cut it and add the other color. So now I'm going to take that blending brush that we used, and I'm going to fade both colors into each other and diminish any harsh lines. So now I'm doing the exact same steps on my second eye. I'm adding that deep chocolate brown, and I am adding it to the outer corner and the inner corner of my eyes just to give that depth to my eye and start to create that halo. Now I'm just going to blend all this away, just making sure everything's nice and faded and seamless. So now I'm going to take the Flutter palette again with the color Transcend, and I'm going to be adding that to my brow bone just to give an even more faded look with the browns and the tan color that we used. It's going to make it look super, super blended, super, super gradient-like. I love doing this. With every eye look, I always add some kind of skin tone color or peach color to my brow bone just to make it look really, really blended. So now that we're done with this, we're going to take the Camo Concealer and we are going to cut our halo. I like to do a whole cut crease and then go back and add my colors because I feel like it gives it a more halo look when I do this rather than just cutting the halo and blending those colors. I feel like when I do the whole cut crease and I add those pigments such as like the dark chocolate brown in the outer corner and the inner corner, it picks up so much more better because the concealer is just that much more I guess concentrated on my lid so that it picks up that pigment and that hue better. As you can see here, I'm starting to add that dark chocolate brown and it looks 10 times more intense than when I first applied it to the concealer. Now that I put that cut crease, it's like so much more concentrated. Now do you get what I'm saying? This is why I like to do this. So try it out. Let me see how you like it and how it works for you. So now I'm going to go back in with the color Sidetracked in the Flutter palette that we used in our crease. And I'm going to insert that on the inner parts of where I put that chocolate to give that same gradient effect. So now I'm going to take that Flutter palette with the color Fly Away. And it is a shimmery gold. I love this color. I also use it as a highlight. And I'm just going to fill in the place where I applied that concealer to create that halo. So now that I'm finished with both of my eyes, I'm just going in with that same dark chocolate brown from the BH Modern Mattes palette and just adding some more depth into my eyes just to give it a more deeper, seductive look. Now beginning with eyeliner, I'm taking the Wet n Wild Mega Liner in black, and I'm going to create a cat eye or a wing, whichever. I think this is more considered a wing. Cat eye is kind of shorter. This is for sure a wing. A very, very cut wing. I always get questions on how do I do my eyeliner so quickly, or how do I make it so sharp. It doesn't always go this easy, guys. It does not always go this easy. Sometimes I have to clean it up with concealer. It just depends on the day. But I've been doing my eyeliner since I was about 16. That was one of the first things my mom let me wear. And she wore a wing, so I was just like, I have to wear a wing. My mama's daughter. So that's just what I stuck to. And now sometimes I have my good days like today's video, and sometimes I have to clean that shit up with concealer, and it frustrates the hell out of me. I'm sure you guys have the same kind of problems, but if you don't know how to do a wing, just keep practicing. That's the most advice I can give you for a wing, is keep practicing, and eventually you will get it. You will get your wing down if you just keep practicing. Consistency is key when doing these kind of things, guys. Going back into my Flutter palette with the color Groove, which is a pressed glitter. For some reason, it does not stick to the shadows. I don't know how it works for y'all, but this is how it works for me. It does not stick to the shadows, so I went ahead and put some lash glue. This is the Duo Clear Lash Glue, and this is just going to help that glitter stick onto that halo area where I'm trying to get that sparkle and shine. So now I'm just finishing putting like glitter in areas where I feel that they need it. And now I'm going to be applying lashes. These lashes are called Show Me the Honey by Honeybee Cosmetics. This is an upcoming brand. They haven't really got a website or anything yet, but I know that they are in works, and I am excited to see what they come up with this year. I actually really like these lashes. They are nice and voluminous. They're not super heavy. I've actually had them for about 2 weeks, and I've used them several times, and they're in still good condition. So now I'm taking my Recharge Spray by Urban Decay, and I really like this. It's really nice to prep your skin and to refresh your skin after a few hours throughout the day. So the foundation that I'm using is the 220 Fit Me Maybelline foundation in the color Natural Beige. And I'm just applying this all over, getting a nice canvas ready for my contour and highlight and everything else under the sun. So now I'm taking my 16-hour camo concealer in the color Fair Warm, which looks hella light on camera, and even in person, it, like I said, it looked really white. And so I'm just blending that out. After I blended it, it looked nice, but I felt like it was too pale for me. So since it was too pale, I went ahead and added my Shape Tape, which is in light neutral, which is more of my skin undertone. And I just went in and blended that more under my eye, which still gave me a brightening effect, but it toned down that white cast I felt like I had under my eye. So now I'm going to be taking the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder in Fair Light, and I'm just going to be setting that under eye just to get a flawless finish, give no creasing, and just make it more of an airbrush look. I'm also going to be taking a brush, and I'm going to be powdering my whole face, just because when I add my contour or my blush or my highlight or whatever I'm going to be adding to my face, I don't want it to come out patchy. So now I'm going to be taking the NARS bronzer in the color Lagoon today, and I'm just going to add that on my cheekbone just to give nice defined cheekbones. I'm also going to add it on the temples of my forehead, along my jawline, and just a tad on my nose just to contour it a bit. Now I'm going to be adding my mascara to my lashes just to blend my natural lashes and my falsies. So now I'm going to be taking my NARS Orgasm Blush, and I'm going to add that to the apples of my cheeks. I'm also going to take the Revolution highlight in rose quartz with my BH highlighting brush, and I'm just going to add that to the highest points of my cheeks just to give me some glow. Now for my lips, I'm going to be taking Strip Down by MAC, which is a really pretty nude, to line my lips. This is going to give me a more fuller look, and it's going to also keep my lipstick from bleeding. So right now, just taking it, lining my lips, giving myself them big old Kylie Jenner lips. So now I'm going to take MAC's Snob lipstick, which is a blue undertone pink, more like a Barbie pink, and I'm going to blend that so that it has a nice gradient effect as well. So the gloss I'm using is Free Spirit by ColourPop. It is also in the Anna collection. So now I'm going to take that Revolution highlight and pop that under my eyebrows, and this will complete the look, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching.